If we look at the map of Europe, we will see a move towards the right in Italy, in Poland, in Hungary, in France, with a possibility that of the next presidential election in Germany, where the alternative for Germany is polling second. Spain, Portugal, Scandinavia. There's all of these countries have had a move towards the right, and Britain. Well, there's Andrew Bridgen, and he may be considered an extreme, but there's also Suella Braverman, and Suella Braverman is making a sort of last-ditch attempt to anchor herself in the waters of the far right. But as the Conservative Party drifts into deselection, into losing the next election, what does this mean? There are various newspapers looking at this. Is this? Are we moving in a sort of Giorgia Meloni direction, Viktor Orban direction? Is Suella Braverman going to redefine the Conservative Party with Kemi Badenoch? I don't know. I think the more likely solution is that there will be a rethink and a move back towards the centre. And I think a lot of that will be defined by the next big challenge, which will be a new Scottish referendum, and we will think back, I think, and rethink the Union of 1707, and we will look towards the Russian threat, particularly as Europe expands to accommodate Ukraine. And I think the British liberal tradition will eclipse the nasty rhetoric of Suella Braverman. I don't think that rhetoric is going to continue. I don't think her career in politics will see her through to the steps of number 10. I think she will ultimately fail, because I don't think we are instinctively a far-right nation. I think we are a centrist nation, and we have concepts of fair play enshrined in our national character, if not in any form of constitution. But I also think that it's likely that the Prime Minister will be given very firm advice by secret hidden powers, by the powers that be, by what we used to call the men in suits, to call a general election sooner rather than later, because this disintegration of power and the empowerment of forces from the far right cannot be allowed to continue, because the longer there is a power vacuum, the more chance there is that it's going to be filled by the rhetoric of Braverman. And that isn't something that anybody really can countenance. If Rishi Sunak wishes to support Braverman, then Rishi Sunak signs his own political death warrant, and he will not survive a general election, and it will be so catastrophic. I think I think there is every possibility the Conservative Party will not revive from that defeat. I think the fracturing of the Conservative Party following defeat will be terminal. There is every possibility that he can pull back from the brink, but he has a matter of weeks to do so. And given his nature, I don't see him doing so. I think we are looking at the end of the Conservative Party.